I've been waiting for the release of Hytale for 9 months, and during these 9 months, I've thought a lot about what it'll be like to play Hytale. But I've also thought a lot about what Hytale content I'll be able to watch. This has led me to make some realizations about what Hytale's community on YouTube will look like, one of which I outline in a recent video I made about Hytale's Let's Plays. But I've also thought about a lot of other types of Hytale content that I could try to create once the game releases to grow my YouTube channel, but there's no way I could produce all of it. So if anyone is interested in making Hytale content on YouTube, here are a few ideas for you. I'm going to cover Let's Plays, mod reviews, building tutorials, server content, and more in this video, and I'm going to try to give you an idea of which one of these types of content will be best for you depending on the size of your audience, what computer equipment you'll need, and the skills you have. So let's get started. Guys, I'm going to be honest, I've tried so many times to think of a clever introduction to this topic, but I cannot think of one after the intro. So please, let's just go with something like, idea number 1.
Mod making tutorials.
Just pretend it sounds really cool, okay? So anyway, Hytale is going to launch with tools developed specifically for creating custom content for the game, and people are going to need to learn how to use those tools. If you have a background in design or coding or something to do with game development, I'd highly recommend you give mod making tutorials a shot. One of the best things about making these types of videos is you don't have to have a huge channel for them to gain traction. People are coming because you're providing them information that they're looking for, not because you're hilarious, have incredibly good production quality, or something else. I'm not positive what type of computer equipment would be needed for mod making tutorials, but I'm guessing it's less than what you need if you wanted to, say, make a Let's Play. Idea number 2, general tutorials. When Hytale comes out, it will provide an absolute goldmine for content creators that make tutorials or for content creators that are interested in making them. Think about it. We don't know what ores are going to be in Hytale, which ones are the most valuable, or how to get them. There's a tutorial series right there. We don't know about the combat system or how to effectively use it. There's a tutorial. Another great thing about tutorials is, like mod making tutorials, you wouldn't have to have incredible computer equipment, although in every one of these ideas it's always helpful to have a solid computer, and you don't have to have a huge YouTube following to get views. Of course, there's no guarantee your video would blow up, but you don't have to strictly rely on a fan base to get views. Idea number 3, mod reviews. Don't have the technical expertise needed to make mods? Well, you could simply review them. If you think you can provide good commentary on a mod and explain how it works, I definitely recommend you consider making mod reviews when Hytale comes out. As always, the bigger the audience you have and the better the computer you have will help, but I don't think it's completely necessary to have over 1,000 subscribers and a $1,000+ PC to make a mod review, especially if you're creative with how you produce the review. Idea number 4, building tutorials. Hytale is a game that will definitely have a focus on building, and the cool thing about making Hytale building tutorials is that there will be some different shapes of blocks in Hytale that don't currently exist in Minecraft. And while you wait for Hytale to come out, you can practice and improve your building skills in Minecraft. I'm not entirely sure how big you want your fanbase to be before you start thinking about publishing building tutorials, but I really don't see any reason why you shouldn't if you're talented at building. And as far as computer equipment is concerned, if we use Minecraft as a model, then basically anyone could make a building tutorial. Idea number 5, server content. Just as Hytale is going to launch with a focus on building, there will also be an enormous focus on server content to make it as easy as possible to both play on and create a server. Since there is this focus, servers are going to begin rapidly popping up and will provide a wealth of content for creators that are looking for something to play for a video. Hytale said in their blog post covering server technology, server operators will be able to create and customize every aspect of the game, from environments and game mechanics to parts of the UI itself. That means that anything from familiar minigames to wildly new experiences I can't predict will be available for creators to make content about. If you're considering making Hytale content and you have a fan base to launch from, this will be an amazing new source of material for you. If you don't have a fan base, I wouldn't discourage you from making server content, but I would encourage you to consider making content that doesn't lean too heavily on people knowing your personality and skill at the game, or that leans more heavily on heavier processing. Idea number 6, Let's Plays. If you're a person who already has a loyal base to help boost your content exposure and a good computer to get good quality recordings, and especially if you make content centered around gameplay, I'd highly recommend you consider making a Hytale Let's Play. I've already mentioned that I've made a video about why I think Let's Plays will be really big on YouTube. If you're a person who's just considering starting a YouTube channel, I'd recommend making some other form of Hytale content, because the success of a Let's Play usually depends on the fan base of the Let's Player and his or hers already developed personality. If you start up a new channel with no one knowing who you are, people are less likely to watch you play a game for half an hour. Idea number 7. Informational videos. There are so many things to cover within a game's universe, whether it's how features and updates will affect Hytale and its community, or trying to answer questions that people may have, or really anything. There's a lot you can do with the informational video scene. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to focus on it. Some other reasons why I've personally chosen informational videos is because I don't really need a beefy computer to write down and record my thoughts on a subject. And even though I appreciate it when people subscribe, I'm still able to reach people without a huge base. One of my recent videos has gotten more than 500 views, and I had around 12 subscribers when I released it. I think informational videos are a great thing to pursue, and if you're interested in making them, I'd cheer you on. If you found this video to be helpful, please give it a like or share so the ever-hungry YouTube algorithm will see that this content is worth promoting. If you want to see more videos of mine when they come out, please subscribe. Alright, Funky out.